After fighting in the First World War, Thomshire-born Michael Fassbender goes looking for the quiet life and finds it at the ends of the earth. As The Light Between Oceans begins, he is interviewed for, and accepts, a job as a lighthouse keeper. Warned that it may prove tough, he replies, "It's not likely to be tougher than the Western Front." Solitary and bereft of kin, he should be a blank slate, but we sense that the slate has been scrawled upon, in the hell of the past few years. There are no flashbacks to the war, and we don't need them. So fierce is Fassbender, and such is the glare of his gaze above the bristling military mustache, that we instantly believe in Tom as a veteran, a disciplined soul determined not to crack. Hence his unnerving stillness, in this opening scene. For a moment, I thought the projector had stuck. Derek Cianfrance's film, based on the novel of the same name by M. L. Stedman, was shot in Australia and New Zealand. But where, exactly, is it set? The lighthouse lies on a fictional island, Giannis, which turns its face to two seas. But which seas? Apart from a glimpse of a nautical chart, the movie is mapless, a minor but exasperating flaw, because the story depends on the depth of Tom's isolation. "You'll be the only living man for 100 miles in every direction," he is told, but the boat that takes him there seems to ply back and forth with cheerful frequency, and we see Tom tapping out messages in Morse. We also learn that his predecessor was widowed on Giannis, his wife having thrown herself from a cliff, and lost his reason. Yet that hint of a haunted spot, or of a curse, is unfulfilled. Tom is not marooned in madness. Before setting out from the mainland, he is invited into polite society. A couple called the Graysmarks, finely played by Gary MacDonald and Jane Mainellas, present him to their daughter Isabel, Alicia Vikander, who claims him with a look. Once he leaves for Giannis, they correspond, and, on his return, she more or less proposes to him. After some delay, arising from Tom's idea that he is neither worthy nor wanterable, they embark for Giannis as newlyweds, with every intention of starting a family. They are the only inhabitants of the island, unless you count the chickens. All this occurs at disconcerting speed, which many will take as proof of the film's romantic impetus, of Cianfrance's faith and the headlong lunge of love. After all, he is the man who made Blue Valentine, 2010. On the other hand, something about the latest film feels rushed and crammed. Apparently, more than 200 hours of digital footage were shot, which sounds impressive, though you want to ask how any semblance of dramatic shape can emerge from that welter of material, and what gets elided in the process. Thus, we skip over Tom's first step upon the fateful isle, and, as for the seascapes, the camera glances at the graceful wash of the waves and moves on, not daring to linger. Then, there is the lighthouse itself. The framing of it recalls the lighthouse at Two Lights, in Maine, that impelled Edward Hopper to create paintings of an ominous serenity, but, again, Cianfrance seems too impatient to let the tower loom.